You thought I was feeling you?
Oh no! I'm surprised you didn't.
You know what's funny, bro? If I didn't respect Alex, I would be Ice Spice for Halloween.
So my body, I get what I want, like bitch say balance, keep it a beam. No to be mad, I be on the scene.
And it's low like cost.
It's not.
It's a very cheap costume.
There's gonna be a lot of Ice Spices out there this year. I bet.
I could Ice Spice it up at Burlington Coat Factory with $7. I just spit everywhere. But it's a crop top. I do like that she kind of invented a twerk. That way she spun her ass around.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Oh my God, she spun her ass around in a way. I looked over at my girlfriend, and even my girlfriend was like, that Negro's a munch. You're acting like a hoa. Greminig Studios, we're back. It's Halloween special episode. We got Ricky in the studio again. That's just behind that mask. Ricky in the studio. Ricky in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Ricky in the studio. And we got Kayla. We got Kayla in the background.
Yeah, shout out to my baby Kayla in the background.
Giving us a little human life. Alex.
Shout out to Al in the background.
Just weaseled her way into the room now. We got Alex in the room. Give it up for Alex. Yeah. Give it up for Alex. I like how Nori runs his show in Drink Champs. This is a Halloween special. We're gonna make this quick because I gotta edit in 24 hours because Halloween's like now.
And we gotta go party too. So.
Now, and we're gonna party after this. So I think just the eagerness of me partying is making me sweat more than the heat in this room. And then these wigs are made out of like Bangladeshi plastic.
Hold on, I didn't have my whole outfit together. Hold on.
No, thank you for participating. Thank you for coming. Scream's classic, dude. Scream is like. You know, a big thing about Halloween I always talk about is like the origin of the fears you have. A lot of them are just from like classic American horror movies.
100%.
And the shit that your parents put in front of you. Like, I think my biggest fears, heights not really like that, guns not really like that, but blades, like seeing flesh, and it's totally Scream. Dude, that is so aggressive. That is such an aggressive image.
I know.
How many people are haunted by that?
100%.
I remember my father told me, like, he was like growing up in Manhattan. He's like, yeah, no, these Puerto Rican knife fights. I'm like, move. He told me, he's like, the guy attacked him with a knife once because like he thought he was like dating his ex-girl. I'm like, move.
Just leave.
Dude, if a knife is fuck out, if you pull a gun on me, I might look brave for the last few seconds of my life. You pull a gun on me, I'm like, oh my God. It's fucking embarrassing.
The blade, yeah.
What scary movies like shifted the way you're afraid of things?
Sorry, I'm just gonna play with this.
Dude, I literally was wondering. I'm like, are those lights like? Are they doing that on purpose, or do you just have like an old Kmart in your mask?
I have a button on the side of me that I could.
Yeah, it was slowing down, and I'm like, am I fucking high already?
Oh, but scary movie. Well, my favorite scary movie is The Shining. That's like my favorite, like horror film.
That's great. But there's like I can't put a finger on why I'm scared of The Shining. That's the thing. I didn't add.
Why it's so like mentally.
It's tormenting.
Yeah.
And then, if anything, you were just afraid of twin girls.
Yeah.
No one wanted to go to a B'nai Mitzvah after that.
And then just the bloody walls, just blood coming out the walls in elevators.
Yeah, it was like psychopath. Blah blah. I mean.
But I'm trying to think, what other scary movies?
Does anyone know this hit from Stephen King called Silver Bullets? It wasn't his headlining movies like the Birds and It and whatever. Silver Bullet is amazing, and Honey helped mitigate the crying greyhound out there. It's got to be cage your bedroom. That's what happens every time I let him free.
If you don't know, there's dogs outside.
They'll go away like they have like social nuances. Like, you know what? If I think they spoke without speaking.
No. I gotta take a drink.
Good. Barney knows how to open these doors, by the way.
No, he doesn't.
No, he does. He does.
How?
It's like annoying. I've come home from work and like the comforter's a mess because he made himself into the bedroom and then it's a wrestling whirlwind. We just got new comforters too because Frida the pit bull shed so much. It's like my fucking life. It's I swear to God, if you pull apart one of my turds, there's Frida's hair all over it. Every part of my life has Frida's hair. If I take off my socks right now, my feet, there's some Frida hair. In my shoe, in my underwear. I don't give a fuck what it is. Frida's hair is in my life. So we got a whole new comforter set. We're done with the hair on the bed stuff. Like we're done. It's not in our lives anymore.
Yeah.
The first day with a new comforter down, I come home from work and they got into the bedroom and I'm like, you fucking fucks.
They're smart dogs, man. You should be proud.
I mean, yeah, the smart dogs are the worst dogs because they're the ones who find out how to get into your trash, how to get into all your food waste, how to. My dogs are kind of dumb, but I guess they figure out their way. What else?
Well,
Dude, you know what partying tonight reminds me of? It reminds me of like when I was doing drugs in college, kind of still today. But Jake Scanlon, we all know Jake Scanlon. Jake Scanlon, dude, I was going to one of his Halloween parties. It was his older brother's, I think, Halloween party. We were just kind of piggybacking on older high schooler swag. He had like just put me onto cocaine, and Jake was so funny, was a virtuoso about it. He didn't do this keys in a bag thing, or we went down to his basement. He had a Scarface basement with red leather couches and a glass table and white linoleum, and it looked like this room was commissioned for drug use. And dude, I'm telling you, like we were doing it on glass tables. He would line them up perfectly. He would pull massive mirrors off his wall and like set it up as a So then I go to his party. And I went like almost, I felt too prepared that even my costume was to cater my drug use. Because I started to see that if Jake wasn't home, started at the bottom, now I'm here. If Jake wasn't home, he would always be doing it on a CD case.
Oh shit, that's funny.
But I thought it was gangster.
Yeah.
And so I showed up with a jewel case, Capital Punishment, Big Pun album. And I'm like, how do I wear a CD case and be comfortable? I was a soldier as my Halloween costume just so that I could fit a CD case in one of my cargo pockets. I reverse engineered my costume based on my recreational drug use. Ladies and gentlemen, come over to the studio. So, what a good life.
So you got an army outfit just so you could...
I reverse, right. If any, it's like having to go to a Halloween party and then you're like, okay, I know I have a touch of diarrhea. So I've got to get out of this thing easy. So it's like you reverse design your costume based on your primal needs. You feel me?
That's great, man. That's very smart.
I'm going to kick Barney through the wall.
Don't tell Peter.
Who's Peter? Honey?
Oh, man.
You're acting like a hooah.
The shades are pretty great.
Yeah, no, they are great. I bought these because I saw them on Narcos, and I found out that they were like a vintage Dior's, and then I ordered them on Etsy, and they were nothing like what I saw on Narcos. I would have been really mad at myself if like we filmed this and I rewatched it, and I'm like, you breezed by weirdnewjersey.com, bro.
Yeah, that was a moment in time of high school for
Dude,
sure.
and it still exists because I looked it up recently.
I follow the Instagram page. They have a great Instagram
You know
page.
what the funniest part of weirdnewjersey.com, and for those of you who don't know, Weird New Jersey is full of a bunch of urban legends about haunted roads and these mental hospitals.
Yeah,
you know,
that,
you're walking on
the-
broken syringes, and I was like,
That was
somebody's
oh my
setting this up.
God. Oh my God.
But the funniest part to me about you remember Weird New Jersey, Kayla, right? .com. Remember Midgetville? Tell me you went to Midgetville.
Everyone went.
New
to
Jersey
Midgetville.
is so fucking ignorant.
I know that we had a
That because there was no HGTV, we did not understand the tiny home community. So we assumed that those were paired with tiny people, and we would take our cars and trespass and be like, we're the fucking midgies.
Yeah.
Me and Gary would steal his father's Honda Odyssey, and we would go in like a sophomore year of high school with girls and make out in his parents' minivan in Midgetville. It was a weird scenic route in some fucking Fantasia.
Lover's Lane down in Midgetville.
They were just they were on the tiny home phase before anybody. That's all that was. But we're like, where are the dwarves?
Where are they?
Fucking dumb.
No, the one time we went, it was like me, Jordan.
You went to the
Kevin.
haunted asylum.
We did both. We did
mental
Midgetville
asylum.
and the mental asylum. But I remember Midgetville, we got like to the street, and then somebody came out with like a bat or something, and we were like, all right, reverse.
But they weren't a dwarf.
They weren't. It was like we didn't know if it was like a protector of the street,
realm.
of the realm.
Protector of the street. Okay, they're not medieval little people. Honey, could you
Yeah, I feel like people did live there.
infect these people's beverages?
Yeah,
I've never
apparently-
seen one.
I mean, apparently yes. And those windows were very small.
And then
Those
also,
fucking
like, did it not tip
tiny.
us off that all the cars were normal sized?
thanks.
But then you're like, dwarves don't drive small cars, though.
They do though. Well, they don't drive small
What?
cars. Sorry, they drive regular cars. Yes.
Only
yes,
Matt
yes,
and Kayla drive small cars.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, trust me, I'm aware. Oh my god. Hey.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Oh wait, hold on. I should put my mask on. Hold on.
The cauldron. Chris would never do that. Cheers, guys. Don't drink it because it'll fucking burn your tongue off.
Oh, I mean, don't eat the ice.
I
Yeah.
look like Matt wants to look. I'm who Matt wants to be every fucking day.
You said held Matt smoke.
All right.
But the Haunted Asylum shit was the craziest thing. That was like super.
That freaked
scary.
out everybody. I never went
That
because
freaked
I just saw no value in it. It's like jumping out of a plane.
What do you mean?
Everyone does it. I see no value in it. Have you jumped out of a plane?
Absolutely not.
Have you, Kayla?
No.
Have you, Alex?
Definitely something I want to do.
I respect all of you then.
I
for not
want
doing
I
that.
want to do it. I'm afraid that the one time I do it would be the time that everything gets.
No, it's just things people do before they figure out like drugs. They'll just do the same thing for them. It's like it's the layman's attempt at touching death.
Mm-hmm.
It's like go play with fentanyl.
I think it's like I'm probably
You're
not
boring.
going to be able to like jump off the plane with contacts because my contacts will probably dry out.
You wear like goggles.
Yeah, I know, but still, even with that, probably they'll still
No,
dry
you'll be
out.
fine, dude. Trust me.
I hope not.
Yeah, no, that would be a known thing if like contacts would keep you from.
I have a friend that he's like, my eyes like they dried out.
Really? Well, then you got to do it with your eyes closed. Just ASMR your fucking fall. Guys, it was mostly like.
It was mostly.
Yeah, that'd be a great podcast. Did you guys hear this thing about how Lizzo wants to sue Fat Joe for cultural appropriation?
What do you mean? Because Fat Joe lost weight? Like, what are you talking about?
Is it weird that I'm so like Latino proud that when like Dahmer came out, I'm like Ramirez did it better.
That's so
The Night
fucked
Stalker
up.
was way better, dude. Are you kidding me? That was the most. That was the Dahmer. By the way, the Dahmer is kind of the.
I still haven't seen all of it.
It's kind
Or
of
I
some
haven't
of the
seen
best
any of
television that's been out for a while now.
it. I know.
It is better than the Dragon Show, and it is better than many other story. You know, the thing is, I am so bothered by how pathetic Dahmer. Like he's just he's a fucking loser of a guy. Like it's mad. It's like it angers me that he got to that many bodies.
Man, how the fuck?
You know what I mean? And I heard some dude say it. He was like, "What kind of black people stays in a stinky ass apartment?"
Yeah, word.
And I'm like, dude, that is so true. Black and Hispanics have hygiene standards where it's
Yeah.
like, even if you start fucking around with when your mom starts cooking with oregano, they're like, I'm out of here. This
Yeah,
is
what
gonna
is
get
it?
on my sweater.
Nice
Like,
clothes
are
are
you
gonna
stupid?
smell like yeah.
But that was the thing. The Night Stalker to me was a much scarier criminal.
No, for sure.
Was a guy who knew. Well, because especially in the beginning, because it was like he would like tie guys up and like make them watch what happened.
Yeah.
You have to be skilled to. Dahmer was just like, I'm hungry. So he's like, however he did it. Ramirez had like a way, which is way more nightmarish to me. He had like a method, and he
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
the husband to watch. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
santísimo.
Yeah.
Forget about it. But Ramirez over Dahmer all day.
This guy.
It's like my dad with the boxers. He's like, I love Mayweather, but this Mexican guy is.
This Mexican guy.
He's us. Early Halloween stuff, early scary movie stuff. What kind of origin of TV did you consume? Like, were you a Cartoon Network kid? Were you a Nick kid? Were you a Disney kid?
Okay.
I can tell right now you are a Cartoon Network.
I was Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, but then
Okay.
there was one time where I was watching Nickelodeon and the cable came and took off the cable like in front
And you
of me.
lost Nickelodeon?
Oh, lost
You
it.
live? You
Yeah,
lost
yeah,
live, lost
live,
Nickelodeon.
live.
That's devastating. And that
Yeah.
probably propped up Nickelodeon to like put it on a pedestal.
Oh my god!
Like
I
this
was
thing that was taken
"Ma,
away
what?"
from
She
you.
was like, kid, like, sorry, kid, I pay for the kid. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm not gonna watch my cartoon.
Everyone has an
What's
illegal box. What are you
yeah, what are you
talking
talking about?
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. And then after that, we got the
I know
legal
half your
box.
tenants are illegals. I can't have a black box.
And then after that, we got the legal box. I was like, man, what the like?
Oh my god! As soon as that was so funny. Like your parents love to like sing all these virtues, but as soon as they could do some illegal shit for
hell
the
yeah.
cheap,
For cheap, yeah.
they don't give a fuck.
They're like, no. It's,
My mother had like illegal tenants. My
Yeah.
mother had a bunch of like permitting and like coding discrepancies.
she's not there anymore. She's not at that building anymore.
I hope you're not watching, Ma.
She's not at that house anymore. She's
Someone
not
else
at
owns
that house anymore.
Someone else should own it. Retire.
Well, speaking since we're on the Halloween episode, did you ever see Afraid of the Dark?
Bro,
Are you afraid of
kidding
the
me?
dark?
I'm
Yeah.
still curious what sand it is that they throw at the fire at the end.
At the end, it's
I'm like, sand turns off fire?
like, how does it go off?
What is that, rice flour? What are you doing? The roof is soft top. She was a piece of ass. All right.